Check it out. This is Royce J of Royce J Media coming at you guys with another video. And in this video, I want to address a video I saw earlier by Crimson Cure. Shout out to Crimson Cure. If you're not subscribed to her channel, go subscribe to her channel. Crimson Cure is also known as Kendra D, and she drops a lot of great content. In my opinion, I enjoy most of the content she puts out. Well, getting back to what I was saying earlier, Crimson Cure dropped a video today talking about basically marriages versus partnerships, and she dropped a lot of good information. She looked up the definition of both partnership and marriage, and basically she talked about the difference between a partnership and a marriage, and how she defined marriage according to the Webster's Dictionary definition of marriage. She was pretty spot on, and the information she put out about the differences, it was pretty spot on. I have very little disagreement with the definition she gave and her commentary on both. I think my only issue with the information she put out was that I don't think she really went far enough in explaining why what we call today is really not marriage in the traditional sense of the definitions, and why the unions between men and women are more like partnerships more often than not, and why women see them as partnerships. Make no mistake, she wasn't wrong. I think she left a few things out, and it was probably because she was trying to get the content out in lieu of some other business matters she had to take care of, which I would like to wish her a safe travels in her business and success in her business dealings. Well, anyway, she mentioned something that the women today are looking for partnerships. I agree. They are looking for partnerships because when you look at what they want and the whole idea of 50-50, what they really want is partnerships. So I agree with that. And gentlemen, when women describe what they want out of a marriage, what they really are talking about is partnerships. Now, because the unions between men and women are state sanctioned, we call them marriages, but the fact is that, and I've mentioned this before, when you go to get that marriage license, it's sanctioned by the state, just like a business would be. It's licensed by the state, just like a business would be. And when that marriage is dissolved, it's treated as a business. I think one of the things Kendra kind of missed or really didn't touch on was the fact that because women look at marriages more so as partnerships, and because the state treats marriage as a business arrangement, when it dissolves a marriage through divorce, through court proceedings, you have to approach marriage as a business. Understanding this, this is why, again, the written contract is important. This is why I think the written contract is important, and this is why you have to spell out the expectations and desires and parameters You have to spell them out on paper. You have to deduce them to paper so that women can have a better idea of of what you're going to bring and what you expect from them. Like I said before, this alleviates a lot of conflict. And this also where marriage premarital counseling comes in, the credit checks, the background checks, the health checks, so forth and so on. Because again, the court is going to treat your marital arrangement as a business. Now, what Kendra didn't really lay out was that the idea of marriage that she was talking about primarily comes from one of the three Abrahamic faiths, which is where we get the basis of marriage here in the West. So, and in that idea, the man pretty much puts everything on his shoulders, and the accountability is primarily his. And this is where the devil in the detail is. Women know that they want a partnership, but they'll call it a marriage because then that way you shoulder the bulk of the responsibility and accountability for what happens or what doesn't happen in that marriage. So I think she should probably do a part 2 explaining this to both men and women so that they can have an even better understanding on top of the information she already put out. And for men and really for men and women, especially for women, it keeps them honest. The thing is, you got to decide: do you want a marriage or do you want a partnership? You want a partnership, you want to be 50-50, then there are rules to this partnership. If you want a marriage, then you got to look at what your basis of faith is, and you have to go about that marriage according to your basis of faith, which means that whatever Abrahamic religion you are, which constitutes the basis of your faith, you have to conduct yourself in that marriage accordingly. You really can't, if you're going to have a marriage, then it's really not a partnership, and you're expected to conduct yourself in accordance to those religious beliefs. So, and this is not just how I see it. This is actually how it is according to your faith. If you're a Muslim, they have rules on how a marriage should be conducted. If you're Christian, Christianity has rules on how a marriage can be conducted, the roles of men and women inside that marriage. If you are of the Judaic faiths, the same thing. Men and women have certain rules and expectations that they are to conduct themselves by according to that faith. Now, if you want a partnership, that's secular. And in that partnership, you have to abide by it according to the rules and expectations that you set up in that written contract. And that's why that written contract is important. And so, guys, if you are going to go ahead and delve into the world of a partnership, especially if you're talking 50-50, you're going to get a partnership, and knowing such, then you need to sit down with that woman and write out a written contract. And women understand this. That man has every expectation to hold you to that contract. Now, if you're going to go into a marriage, you guys need to sit down with the religious authorities or whatever your faith is, and you both need to have a clear understanding, as clear as possible, of what the expectations of that marriage is. So, again, I thought that Kendra's video was very timely, and I thought it was a pretty good video. And I would actually like to see her do more videos on this particular subject, you know, and really talk about the skill sets of a wife and a husband. I know she's touched on that before in a few recent videos, and I applaud her work in that area. I think that's something I'm going to delve into more myself, so that men and women can have a better understanding of how this is looked at. Anyway, this is Mr. Royce of Royce Media, coming at you guys with another video. Like, share, and subscribe. Get in the comment section, and I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.